guys ready?
Yep.
Are we ready? Are we ready? All right. Welcome back to Two Homers and a Realist. We have now officially begun the preseason. It's upon us. Fall camp's begun. It is 1.5 billion degrees outside, but fall is right around the corner. At least the fall season. School's about to start. I'm Steve.
Jay.
Connor.
Lucas.
All right. So
We're suffering for the fans.
we are suffering for the fans. We're putting in the hard work now.
We are.
Where this is
We're
our
out in the
fall
heat.
camp.
Yep.
This is
Two-a-days.
our two-a-day.
This is my second podcast.
Exactly. Oh,
Eclipse
there you
is
go.
giving us some shade.
Yeah, I listened to it several pods today. This is like my third. Yeah, is this an eclipse?
Yeah.
Is this what this
think
is?
so.
I don't know about the science. So, I don't know. It's tough to get excited. It's tough to know that this is like the beginning of let's get it all rolling because football's around the corner. It just doesn't feel like it, although it's in. There's whispers and people are talking about it. It's hard to believe right now, but it is coming. It's going to be upon us before we know it. We're going to have a lot to talk about this preseason. Eventually, we're going to get to some hard predictions. We may make some soft predictions. We may make some bets tonight. I don't know. We'll see. But just throw it out there for the group. How you guys feeling about it? What going into the season? Here we are, fall camp, getting some news out of practice. What do you think?
I'm pretty optimistic.
Are you a homer?
I'm probably a homer this year.
Oh, we got 3 homers and a realist.
Yeah. I truly think the defense, we lost a couple of good players, but with what's coming back and other players stepping up, I absolutely think we can be as good as we were last year, if not better. That's the easy side of the ball to be optimistic about. And on offense, I just think everything that the offensive line went through last year with playing 2 true freshmen and a redshirt freshman and Michael being injured, then you mix in getting a starting right tackle, the SEC experience. The offensive line, I think, is going to be light years ahead of last year, which can only help Mateer
Well, that helps
and the
everything.
run game and everything else.
It provides for everything.
Not to mention, Trell Harris and Parker Livingston, experienced wide receivers, explosive, big wide receivers to go with Satania.
and to go with tight ends.
Go with tight ends. I mean, the offense, boy, it'd be pretty disappointing for it to look like what it did last year. I just don't think
I
it
don't think
can
it'd
look
be
like
super surprising.
Last year feels like a floor.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
For what this
For what we
offense
could
could
be.
be.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I'm excited. I've been, guiltily unplugged more than what I have been in the past. But from the things
Is that a defense mechanism?
from the things I have seen, I'm still a homer. I will say that for the pod. But it's weird to keep saying over and over again throughout these last 2-3 seasons, we lost some guys on defense, but we're going to be better, and we are better usually. I think maybe consistently.
I mean, think about when we lost
Very
like Danny Stutzman, and
Yeah.
then like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
We're going to replace his people.
Yeah.
And then
that was not hard.
Yeah.
That actually
At all.
way better.
I don't even know if he played.
Oh, no, I don't think he'd play.
I don't,
Not this year.
I don't think he would either.
Mhm.
Offense, and like I just said, I feel like it's even leaving last season, you felt like that was, at least for me, that's a floor offense of what this offense could be. I'm not saying we're going to be transcendent. I'm not going to say it's going to be 2008, but to be competitive for a national championship or an SEC championship, I absolutely don't think it's out of the question. So, really excited to see, and I'm sure we'll get into it, of what Mateer can do, or what he's been working on, where he has faltered in the past over the past season, and what he could do better and is working on to be better. And then you add in what Jay just said in terms of wide receivers, some tight ends that can actually go be tight ends. And then an offensive line and a run game that has to be there this year to be what we want this team to be. I'm pumped. And the fact that it's less, I mean, it's within 4 weeks. It's within 4 weeks, within 3 weeks.
3
right?
weeks.
I would have been able to tell you at this point last year the exact number, but we're close.
Like 22 days away.
We're
Right?
close.
We're
We
close.
used to have coaches that don't.
We're always close.
Yeah. He's still close.
We are close to fun, and I'm pumped. I think it's gonna be a good time. I'm super excited that our game got moved to Friday night,
I am not.
and we'll have to talk about that a little bit.
I am not.
Very
We will
excited
talk about that. Oh,
Lucas, how about you? How do you feel?
I think the defense will probably be about as good as last year. Don't know about better. If everything falls right, you don't have any injury issues, then yeah, maybe better. But if it's
What
if
would
it's
make
just
us worse? What would make us worse besides injuries?
safety play is still up in the air. You got Boganowski and Powers back there.
No, you still have
Peyton
Oh,
Bowen.
Bowen.
Yeah,
So if Boganowski can play as good as RSJ,
yeah.
and then
But RSJ was good
RSJ
being
kind of
like
fell
top.
off, but I don't know. RSJ, but he's slow and he kind of fell off a little bit in the back.
Boganowski's just trying to headhunt.
at corner, with Eli Bowen and Cortland Guillory, I mean, you have two back-to-back freshman All-Americans. I mean, I don't know if you can get a better returning corner group than that.
And who are the two guys behind them? And they want to go.
I
They
mean,
want to play
if
four.
Gentry was healthy, then he probably would have had one of those shots.
Where did he go?
Well, they got
Georgia.
Yeah,
Right.
It's probably Johnson.
yeah.
The
Jacoby
kid,
Johnson.
yeah. And then one of the kids from Pearl Albert, Tristan Haynes, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And they want to go and they want to play all four of them.
Yeah.
It's a rotation.
And at linebacker, the Cole Sullivan kid from Michigan, I think he's had multiple interceptions every single practice. Like
Wow.
apparently he is a more athletic, faster, stronger
Heineke.
No, the kid number 5 last year. Gosh, just went blank. Is that, huh?
Kendall Daniels.
Kendall
Kendall
Daniels.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you thinking?
I don't know how you can be more
Yeah.
athletic than Kendall Daniels. That guy was incredible.
Well, he didn't tear it up. He didn't
Was-
tear it up at the combine numbers,
But he also
he didn't do.
he was also out of position a lot.
No, but apparently this kid is like a freak athletic. They're him and Reggie Powers are going to be the nickel third linebacker cheetah guy, and it's probably going to be situational. But I don't know how they're going to keep him off the field.
What are
From the sounds of it.
My other thoughts transition to offense. O line's definitely gonna be improved because you've got guys returning from being freshmen. As long as everybody stays healthy, you've got a really strong returning group. And then you add in the Arkansas kid to play right tackle. The tight ends, I don't think we're gonna see any flash out of the tight ends. You may get a couple touchdowns, which last year Canning didn't have a touchdown, which is shocking.
It's totally shocking.
But you may get some of those, red zone tight end touchdowns. I don't think anybody's going to outrun anybody, but I think they're mainly blocking tight ends. And Witten could do both in his career, one of the best to ever do it. So it wouldn't surprise me if they're really good at blocking and pretty good at pass catching.
Mhm.
I think Rocky Beers is a really good.
He's a good
catch.
pass catcher,
Yeah,
but
he's a very-
he's not quick. He's more
I
of
don't
a
know if he has to be.
lumbering type
I don't know
guy.
if
I
he
would
has to
agree
be.
with that.
And then I have zero faith in receivers outside of Satania. I'm not excited about Livingston, not excited about Trell Harris.
For what reason?
Manny Choice seems to be doing really well.
Why are you not excited?
One thing I don't think Arbuckle knows how to scheme well enough to get receivers open.
Okay.
But
But it's Kevin Wilson. They're real.
I think Kevin Wilson is
Ah.
more involved with the run game than anything. I think they're going to more and more outside zone because that's his flavor. I don't think he's as involved in the passing personally. What was that?
It's a frog.
Frog? I was like,
We're getting attacked.
yeah, no kidding.
The Froggator's got us.
It was a toad.
And then Mateer should be better just based on protection. He should. I don't want to see him just staring the same guy down, running a drag route from left wide all the way across the middle. I want to see his eyes moving better. Running back. I mean, we were so depleted last year health wise. Between X, Tatum, and Blaylock. Blaylock's hurt again, got a hamstring issue, sounds like. I think Avant's going to be your steady, 4 or 5 yards in a cloud of dust type guy. Hatton seems like a guy that can break. I hope running the ball outside more will be what turns this offense around. So it'd be hard to not be better than last year because I feel like we sucked on offense. And then special teams, who knows?
I don't know about suck, but we were
We were like
Below
113 in one of the categories.
Where we wanted to be.
yeah. We were well and
Where you
overall
needed- where you needed to be.
efficiency, What were we?
88.
59.
Yeah, that sucks to me. 59.
It sucks for
If you're
where
not
we're trying
top
to be.
40 in
Yeah.
most things, and that sucks.
Yeah, I'd say it was average.
And before we skip over and
It's
forget
below
about it,
standard.
the only place we didn't touch on defense was the line.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because I don't think we have to.
Yeah,
but
it's
but
amazing.
if you have PJ become more of a pass rusher
Aggressive guy.
and not just a good run stuffing guy,
Mhm.
and then David Stone, by all accounts, is looking like a legit top 5 pick this year in the NFL draft.
Yeah,
We didn't have that last year. And so you have a starting combo of Jaden Jackson, Stone, Wine, and a PJ.
yeah,
That's what could make this defense better than last year.
yeah.
I mean, that's
And it will.
that
will.
is
It will.
That
and
is
that's
nasty.
and that's really saying something. They were
It
number
is.
5 in efficiency. They were just phenomenal. They won us.
again Kip
They
and Kip
flat out won us 2 of our toughest
and Kip and
games.
Heineke. I mean, I don't know if there's
Yeah.
a more experienced
No.
linebacker duo in the country.
I was shocked. Like
I
I
think
had,
he's got like 5 starts.
I know, but he doesn't. But he didn't play like
Yeah.
He's like a
he
was
played
like
grizzled veteran.
experienced.
exactly. And then Kip, I was like, I had skipped out on. He's back.
Yeah.
And I was looking through the roster. We were talking about it or something, and it said
Yeah,
Kip
McKenzie
Davis. And I'm
left. He
like,
went to
you're
the
right.
next
Well,
Yeah.
Kip's the one who wore the 2 homers and a realist patch on his jersey when we
appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
like that a lot.
Shout out.
Leaking our
Really
information
like
about
that.
his
Yeah,
body.
leaking.
We'll take it, but
We haven't even gotten the contract all the way inked, and
I know.
they're still in
Kip's out here.
negotiation.
It's like give me that patch.
You're right with experience on Heineke. I guess what
I mean, I'm
meant.
not saying he's not
No,
really, really good.
I guess what I meant
When you're
was
promoting
he's
experience.
he's been in this system
Right.
and he's soaked it up for years now. And it's when he had his chance to get on the field, he knows exactly
showed
what to do.
exactly
He was
what
there.
to do.
Yeah.
He's got the brain for it, which we've seen in others, kind of like where Stutzman got, but he's also got the athleticism above and beyond, I think, what Danny Stutzman had. So let's hone in on something what you were talking about with quarterback and tight end. And I'm 2 minds with the tight end. I'm very excited about tight end. The fact that it's going to be tremendously better than what we've seen in the past, which is a low bar from last year. That's exciting. I could see it going a couple ways. One, if you told me that that's the go-to route that Mateer will find over and over again, I could get really excited about that, thinking that everybody else is succeeding. They're selling out on a run game and receivers, and it's just leaving that open, and we just eat there all day long. I also could get fearful that that's Mateer's safety valve, and that's all he hones in
Oh, he
on.
looks out.
And that's and yeah, it's like his first, second, and third look is that right there. And I don't want to see that. If that's the case, then that's going to be really bad, even if they're catching the ball, because that just won't be productive. in the long
Explosive.
haul.
I mean,
Won't be explosive.
if you're getting 7 or 8 yards every time he throws a tight end, and you just methodically march your way down the field, I don't care.
Now, what'll happen is you'll get 7 or 8 yards, and then
Then
they'll
a
close in
linebacker
on that,
steps up,
and it's
yeah.
done. And you're either going for it on 4th and 2 on the 40-yard line and not getting it, or you're punting the ball and settling for stuff that's just disappointing, or trying to kick long field goals.
Well, and
that's
Lucas,
what I worry
Lucas may not agree with this, but and I don't know how I feel about it. I've got mixed feelings on it. You've got to hope in the offseason through film, through coaching, through experience, through a year through in the SEC. You got to hope you've coached up vision a little bit.
about.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
And I hope Arbuckle's
Big
gotten
dude.
better in the offseason.
yeah, and you got to hope Arbuckle's got better. And I think he will have. He's unproven. I'll agree with you on that. Like there's not a lot of substance in the film from last year that is encouraging.
We
Yeah.
probably discounted how important it was to actually see these types of players week in and week
Yeah.
out from a game planning
And that's what I'm saying.
and from a
is
material.
You've got to hope from a Mateer and an Arbuckle
Yeah.
standpoint. There's a vision development there that's happened where it's not what Steve has said, where it's, hey, this worked 3 times last drive. I'm
Right.
selling out because that's what's working.
Right.
You've got to see stuff where then you got to play the chess match of
Yeah.
that's what works, and now I'm going to go open something else up. And
We'll always have them on their heels. And
I didn't
think
feel,
one
and I didn't
step
feel like
ahead.
I didn't feel like we were like that at all.
Ever.
No,
we didn't
It
build
was
on
it was a bread and butter. Like this
Like,
works,
come-
we do this until it doesn't.
Yeah, we
So-
weren't thinking ahead of what am I going to do next.
We didn't set
because
anything up.
We haven't set
We talked
anything
about
up.
Yeah.
So that's a worry. That's a concern.
Maybe Wilson will be involved.
We'll go back to Mateer though. And-
If you go from a $50,000 salary to a $500,000 salary,
You're
you're
You're part
involved.
of
You're a
something.
bigger part.
You are involved.
Yeah, Totally agree. That has to be the case. So with Mateer, Jay was obviously right, and we weren't obviously wrong about the Texas start.
Correct.
But I think, at least for me, I think all of us sort of had this, that we're thinking he should have started. We caveated it with, or couched it with, the idea of, okay, we're not Mateer, we're not other players, we're not the coach, we're not the athletic staff, the trainers, we're not his doctor. So we can't tell you if he should or shouldn't start. We have faith that those people are going to make a good decision. And if he's ready to go, then he should go. And it turns out they didn't make a good decision.
Yeah, I think they all screwed that up.
And so that's back to Jay being correct about if they were, and you got to discount people like Mateer, who's going to be probably, I can go when he can't go because he wants to play in that game.
We also didn't like the backup option.
Ultimately, well, true. Well, yeah, but we liked it. We liked it better than going out there with a guy who just was completely not ready.
We liked it from
And
a
not
sense
only
of
that-
it's going to not discount us from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that was the
My
thing.
whole
So we
premise.
were like, yeah,
We
the
lose
premise
with the
was
backup. Oh well.
it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And you get another week of rehab, and you get a reset, and you get a pass, but they didn't get the pass because of that. And I think that they
We still made the playoffs, so that wasn't a determining factor.
no, but we barely made the playoffs. I mean, we had to go on
If
an
we lose
incredible
Texas
run.
with the same score with a backup quarterback, I don't think we move up a single spot in the playoff.
Our
I definitely
road
think
would
we do.
no. I'd say there's two
We
things about
hosted a
that.
game.
No, there's two things about that.
Yeah, we host the worst team.
Our road wouldn't have been as difficult as it was,
We don't get Bama.
and Mateer would have been
do.
better than he was. Because my question,
One more
my
week of rest.
contention, I think so. I think so because I don't think it's as much the hand as it was the mind.
Confidence. Right.
And his mind
Agreed.
was overruled by the hand, and it messed everything up. So I think his confidence was shaken, and then the injury was lingering, and he was thinking about it more than he would have been had he had more time to.
I mean, we only
Rest.
lost one game outside of Texas last year. It didn't affect
Oh, but look at
much of the
the
mindset.
picture of the season.
So you
how
think he
his,
still should
but
have
how his
started?
and how his play was.
Wow,
I
that's a hot
don't-
take.
Unless they
definitely
started
don't
Whit
think that.
Neubauer
That's a hot
as the
take.
starting quarterback,
Now there's a chance that
then I'm fine with
we-
that.
that might have been the better option than Hawkins last year
I agree.
because the way they're talking
100%.
about Whit Neubauer now,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
almost
legit number
guaranteed.
2.
I almost guarantee if Mateer's hurt, he is.
Oh, yeah,
the
but
I
I
think
he's not
it's a
in
battle
for
in
a
West
while.
Virginia.
Yeah,
But how many?
I agree. I'm not infatuated with Hawkins, but it's just the circumstances.
Yeah.
I just don't think
was
I don't think the
pushed back.
committee would have been like, oh, they lost with Hawkins at quarterback by
No.
the same.
No.
No,
I
no,
mean,
but
if we were left out,
Then I think you have a point.
then we have a point where they could
But I
have
don't
put
think
us
you have
in.
a point
Yeah.
because we
I think
didn't.
it's not just that. I think it set Mateer back for the rest of
And
the
if you
season.
said we didn't host
He
the
was
playoffs
bad.
we could have
the
been.
rest
We
of
could
the
have been
season.
more dominant the rest of the season.
with
Texas
one
lost
extra
aside.
week, I don't think so.
I do.
He said it bothered him
100%.
the whole season.
But Texas. But yeah,
Yeah,
with one
because
extra
he
week,
played.
you have no idea. You don't. It's not. Again, it's not the physical part. It's the mental part.
He would have had 2 extra
Texas
weeks.
messed him up.
He would have 2 extra weeks. One is the week of Texas, and the other is recuperating from Texas, leading into when he actually would have started.
He's still out there throwing the ball every practice, regardless of if he played or
If
not.
you know you're keeping him slow, you're not having him throw.
Well, and also
the ball.
you're not throwing.
He's
How
on
many,
ice.
how many interceptions you have in Texas? 2 or 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, at least.
So it's
bad ones.
you don't have that in your mental.
in your brain.
Psyche.
They
Exactly.
just don't put him in
The
interceptions
brain.
before the Texas game.
I'm not. but he was not. He was not
materially
throwing the
worse
way he was
after
throwing.
the Texas game.
He was absolutely decision making wise was absolutely.
He's worse either because of the hand or because of the mind or both, but he's clearly worse. No doubt about it. He's worse.
How many times has Brent Venables messed up the quarterback decision in the Texas game?
It's unbelievable.
2 or 3.
He's 1-0, undefeated when he has a quarterback. When he doesn't have a quarterback, he gets
So
destroyed.
we go with who'd we go with when Gabriel was hurt? Yeah, who'd we go with?
That was the well,
The fake
That-
Gabriel
that
warm
was-
up, and then
no,
you had-
that was the receiver.
No, it was a tight end,
n-
but he just played ball.
No, that's what I'm saying.
we
So
started at
Yeah,
corner.
who was it
It was
though?
Davis.
Davis
Davis
Bevel.
Bevel.
That's what I said. The receiver.
Yeah,
Davis Bevel.
yeah.
And
And
so they
then-
run him out wide. That was the word. That was
What happened?
so-
What happened Jackson's year? What happened in that game? Besides, we got annihilated.
Jackson happened, but Did they?
Did they pull him and put Hawkins in?
I think so.
I think no. Hawkins started because yeah, they'd already pulled him because Hawkins had won.
Yeah, Hawkins won the
Hawkins
Auburn
had
game.
won the Auburn game.
Hawkins won the Auburn game.
But they pulled him during South Carolina. I don't remember.
No, and then
Regardless.
he came back and then no, and then they pull and they Jackson Arnold got the job back. Immediately gave 2 touchdowns to South Carolina, and then Hawkins came in, right?
Correct.
And we reversed it.
No,
again.
it was reverse.
Reverse of that.
Hawkins
kept the job. He got the job back, even though Jackson Arnold played some
But he
against
lost.
Texas.
So
And then we got
And then Jackson got the game.
Hawkins threw
back.
3 interceptions
That's
to
right.
start the game.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I just think that
God, we got to be healthy going to that
we
game.
we got to be healthy.
I
We got to
know.
be smart.
We've got to be healthy.
I
going
don't
into
trust
that
him.
game.
We got to know what we're doing.
Holistically healthy though.
So I've got a concern about that
Got
though.
to.
I'm worried about Neubauer, the running backs, the receiver are not the obvious guys that we already know about that they're talking up. I have it automatic. I discount any of that. It seems like anytime they're talking a guy up, and
It
I even
never
worry
comes
about
to
Eli
fruition.
with this. It's like they're talking up a guy who needs help, and they want to show him there's confidence, and it's almost a psychological ops that they're playing with the player.
Well, last
I don't
year,
know.
I'll give you this.
I'm worried.
But last year, the word in camp was that this Taylor Wine kid is just like blowing it up.
And
And it
he
was
wa-
like, who? Taylor Wine, who?
And
Where's
that
Well, it's the same with Heineke too.
that played out. That played out.
It never
out.
plays out on the offensive side though.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Ever.
ever.
On the
Hey, Knott was gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Who's the Jade Nod of this team?
Taylor Tatum was going to be awesome.
Is there a Jade Nod?
No.
Let's pray there's not, right?
If
There
it
just
is,
can't be.
it's Trell Harris or Parker Williams.
And it's not to that degree because
No,
they're not
no.
like, yeah,
They have actual skins.
because he
They have
was.
had-
I mean,
the
Trell
Eric
Harris.
Harris.
Trell Harris. Well, but
They
Trell
cut
Harris
a year
was.
and a half before.
But Trell Harris was like second team all ACC. I mean, he has.
And they're not saying
Parker
he's going to be
Livingston-
the man.
And Parker Livingston was second on the team in receiving for
I
Texas.
mean, I was like second in the Pac-12 in rushing
but-
as a freshman.
But Ott was in the Pac-12.
But that was the year before he was hurt.
What I
He was
said.
hurt though. He
Yeah.
was hurt that
I'm,
whole season.
I'm not correcting. I'm just saying Pac-12.
But he was
Maybe-
hurt that whole season.
So-
before he came.
But we're talking about
Yeah.
skins in the wall.
Still.
He had it for the freshman year.
Screw skins on the wall. He was the anointed one.
That's
He
a
was
racist term, by the way.
he was going to be the guy who was what is no, it's not.
Skins on the wall.
He was gonna be the man. To the way that Ott was. And so I don't know if anyone's in a position to be an Ott
Yeah,
again.
they paid him $1 million or something to come.
Yeah,
$2
they paid him
million.
$1 million.
$2 million.
Oh, I thought
I don't
it was
think
a
it was
million.
They paid him a tier 1.5. They didn't pay Ott.
Oh, we paid
I thought,
big
it was
money.
one. I thought it was one.
It was one.
Look it up. But regardless, he was paid a lot of money.
That's an epic.
He was
And none of
he
the
was
numbers
the
are public.
starter.
That's an epic.
All they said was he's the starter, and then of course he gets a tiny injury, and then all of a sudden nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm not afraid of that. I don't think anybody's in that position, but I'm a little suspect when they're talking up different guys that I just discount it, and I don't know if they're going to pan out the way that they're supposed to. As you're looking that up,
Oh, you're
thinking
right.
about
That's $1 million.
thinking about defense, what a thing to be saying that we actually, not just we, everyone legitimately is talking about
Nationally.
the fact that
Mhm.
we might be better. I mean, just to be as good as you were last year, to be a top 5 defense, to do what they did, the dominance that they showed, and to think that we can not only repeat that, we might actually.
The only
Just shore up
player that
weaknesses.
you lost, okay, maybe 2 players from last year, are Mason Thomas,
Who missed like 6 games at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
which is where Wine came on. He took
Right.
over when Mason went
Yeah, they
down.
missed 4, right?
And then
Mm-hmm.
5. Well, like 5.
He went out in the Tennessee game. He
And
missed
then a rotation-
Alabama, LSU,
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. No, he didn't miss Ole Miss. Missouri,
He wouldn't have
and
missed LSU because that was the last game of the season.
He did miss it.
yeah, he did.
he did miss LSU.
He
Really?
came back
And he
for
came
Bama.
back for Bama.
Yeah. Game.
So he missed. Yeah,
He missed like 5.
Bama. No, he missed Bama, Missouri,
We missed the whole
Missouri,
Tennessee
and
game other than the
LSU,
return.
and half the
That was
Tennessee
like
game.
first quarter.
So 3.5 games. So you're close.
So him, you've got a rotational player, but he was very disruptive in Grayson Holm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Not a starter, but played a lot of snaps and
Right.
always was causing problems.
I mean,
I
he
would say
started because Jonathan Jackson missed a bunch of
I
games,
would
too.
I would say those
Dayton Jackson.
those two players are the only players that I think will be missed. I don't think RSJ will be missed.
I don't either.
I don't either.
I think he was a good player.
No disrespect.
but I don't think
Kenny Daniels
they
will be
won't be
missed.
missed.
but I don't think he's replaced.
Can you go?
I don't know if he'll
Yeah.
be missed.
When? Where?
I don't think
I
so.
think he was a good player.
He was our-
No, I'm not saying he was
He was
bad.
probably
I'm not
our best
saying he was
defensive player
bad, but
for like a 4 or 5 game stretch in the middle of the season.
in the middle of the season,
Yeah,
I
He
don't.
fell off
I
at
don't
the
agree with
end.
that.
but there was about a 4 game stretch there.
I
when
remember him
play started.
early
He was
on.
doing-
he was
The
doing
last
well.
big play I feel like he made was the Michigan game.
Oh no.
No, he made a big play. He made a
I'm
big
not
play
talking
against
big
Bama.
plays. I'm just talking about being all over the place, making plays. Like didn't have to be interceptions
Well,
or
sometimes
just
someone
watching the ball. but-
sometimes
That's
someone of
true.
his stature too.
Make the coach
But, yeah.
might the coach sitting here might correct us totally and say you don't understand.
But
If
what's
he doesn't
most-
do what he's doing, the rest
But
of
if you
it
think if
doesn't.
you think about though Peyton Bowen towards the end of the season
Lockdown.
was looking like a 5-star.
Yeah.
that he was.
I mean,
Okay.
No, he found it.
that
yeah,
knockdown
yeah,
against
no,
Bama
he found
is
it.
just the most
E-
definitional.
Eli has always been consistent and is just going to
Good.
continue to get better.
He's gonna be good.
Cortland Guillory was a freshman lining up against everyone's number one receiver last
and they
year.
kept
Mhm.
trying to make
And
it.
you
He kept stopping.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep.
His mom would show up. He'd
Yep.
be the best
We
player.
already went over the line. We already went over the
He's gonna be a
linebackers.
guest on the pod.
I mean, the linebackers are going to be as experienced and as good of players as we've seen in a long time.
The core of a Brent Venables defense
And if you get,
or anyone's.
you would think you would get a better Taylor Wine because he was just getting his first starts last
Mhm.
year.
PJ's the wild card.
Yeah.
PJ's the wild card.
PJ and
PJ and maybe
and Okoye.
and Okoye.
Yeah.
And safety is
Those are pretty good wild cards.
And Bo-
Pick it back up. All right, apparently we're back.
I'm going to say the most impressive thing about the defense being top 5 or 10 or whatever metrics you want to use is they were doing all that with a shit offense.
Right,
I mean,
right.
when you can keep those defensive statistics where they were and the efficiency levels and being able to get off the field dog tired because your offense isn't driving at all, that's got to give you a huge amount of hope that once your offense is clicking,
hmm
that if the defense gets more rest, they'll be even tougher to deal with for opposing offenses.
And not only more rest, but also to know that it's again
Swagger.
they don't have to. It was a look
It's
at
not all on them.
look at the transition from 24 to
We're
25.
forcing
And it
the
wasn't
other
all
team's
on them.
offense to catch up to you.
Exactly.
It puts you in a
and
better
no,
spot
and
defensively.
yeah, they we know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
We know what you have to do. Great position to be in. And what it I mean, to see this defense in that we saw them in those kind of positions last year, and they could tee off. So LSU's the last game, right?
yeah,
And-
probably should have lost.
And that's Satania getting the catch.
yeah,
And
wide open.
and then they, are trying to drive the field,
And
and
we
we know
stop.
what they have to
Yeah.
do, and it's just we shut them down.
I mean, you've got to be able to throw 2 punches.
Mhm.
Like we've got the defensive punch for sure. Last
Right.
year we had some jabs with the offense,
Yeah,
but there was never
No
just
knockout.
something that came over the top and was
Mhm.
like, this is like, now we're gonna put you away.
yeah,
And that you saw that from teams.
Yeah.
And you want to be on that level of team that can say, my defense just went and got me a 3 and out in crunch time. Now we're gonna suffocate you. And
and put us in a position to do stuff where we're not relying on a kicker,
yeah.
honestly. So the kicker's great, but
No, you don't want to hold your breath getting a 30-yard line.
no. Well, let's go ahead and just put it in the end zone.
Right.
So let's transition to a question that might be contentious. Connor brings it up. Friday night game. We moved the first game to Friday night, and you're totally excited. Defend that ridiculous position.
I mean, it was a day game on a Saturday in late August, and this heat has been brutal. So, and I'm also on paternity leave, so I don't have really, I don't have a stake in the game. No, on a normal year,
Yeah, really, exactly.
yeah, on a normal year, I'm probably a little, I don't like starting the season. You know, gauntlet of games.
Even an extra day for Michigan.
That's
I
a
li-
positive.
I like it. Saturday will be an off day for the team. You imagine? Sunday they'll
Oh,
go
yeah.
back in the film room.
Oh yeah.
Um, I don't know. Again, I'm on paternity leave. I don't have a job to go to on Fridays. I'm not driving to and from a job and then having to figure out logistics or trying to figure out a late PTO request that has to come in, which is frustrating for sure. I think it's a really frustrating thing in the matter of you are screwing with people's schedules. I think and you're screwing Friday traffic in Oklahoma, on I-35, which is a joke right now. Um, I'm excited for a little bit of relief from the heat. I think from a logistical standpoint, it's not the best thing.
So the pros are people who don't work, they're better
We
off.
work, we're just on paternity leave.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
sorry.
right,
I
right.
want to make that clear.
Okay. So
That
and
been
then
recently?
yeah.
Oh no, it's extended, baby.
So the pros would also be an extra game for Michigan.
You're the only game on that night. You're the only game on that night.
But you're not, and so that's one of the cons. I would be much more for it if we were on national TV, but it's on the damn SEC
You're on
network,
SEC Plus.
and so
That's fair.
it constrains the audience. That
Still gonna have a
that
bunch
really
of people
bugs me.
watch.
You will, but there's a bunch of people that don't have it,
No, but
and they're not
And they're
gonna
not going to
see
get it for.
and they're not going to get it for this against UTEP. It's not going to happen.
Hey.
So I think we missed out on getting some of the publicity we could have gotten for it. I think it is a killer for most fans. It kills game day. It kills
tailgate.
the tailgate, the time off, people juggling that. They're coming back. I know someone who's coming back from vacation. They were flying back on Friday, and so that screws up.
It'll
It'll
decrease capacity for sure.
Definitely. The merchants got to
The
hate it.
vendors,
Norman's
yeah.
got to hate it.
High school football.
High school football, it's a negative. So
When did we do this
It's
last?
the
We did
mix-
this recent,
2 years ago, right?
right?
Yeah.
Against Nobody State.
Yeah.
Illinois State.
Illinois.
Illinois State
Was it Illinois
sounds
State?
a little
That's right.
familiar. Did
You
we
can look
move?
that
We
up.
moved the Houston game to Sunday when we played Houston.
Right, and
When
that
we
was
did our white,
that was for
and that was
national TV.
that was
Definitely
for
were
the
getting
right
publicity.
reason.
Yeah, I mean, I like the night game aspect versus
Jalen
the
Hurts?
day.
Jalen Hurts, yeah,
Yeah.
first game with the
So I don't know.
red
Wait,
spatted cleat.
strong views differently than that or supportive.
I mean.
We
heat-
know where we're
heat's
gonna
the
be.
biggest aspect. If it's 15 degrees less
You watch.
or
It-
10 degrees less,
It's going to be 85 on that Saturday.
no chance.
Well, that's funny because last year I made a bet with somebody about that and they lost that bet because they just thought, oh, it's August, it's going to be 105 right now, it's going to be 105. I said, you watch, that's not the overestimated how
Incredible weather
hot it
last
was.
year for every game.
Yeah, we were.
There was no game that I was just like, this is miserable.
We had did we have one game that was rainy or drizzly? We've had a lot of luck.
Ole Miss was.
Ole Miss was a
Ole Miss started out cloudy and then it
Yeah.
got hot and humid.
It got hot and humid.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
We've missed out on it's funny in the last few years it's like it's relatively mild, and then a hot one.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, on average, it's better to be at night in those first games than daytime. That's for sure.
It's a better one to move than,
In the scheme of things, it's probably better just move the game. All things considered, the extra rest day come November, and you've had that extra rest day, and that meant you were able to take care of business easily against Michigan. Then
we'll
yeah,
take it.
you'll take it for sure. I don't know.
We'll be there.
We'll be there. No, we won't. We're not gonna be there. We're not gonna be at Michigan.
No, we'll be at the first game.
Oh,
That's moved to
absolutely.
Friday.
Will we? I'm gonna be there.
Yeah,
What
I'll
was
be
the
there.
Temple was the game?
Temple.
Temple. That's right. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's next year we get something nice, a week 0. That's pretty cool. So a week 0, and then we go down to Jerry World. Made today, Connor. That's at 2 bye weeks.
Well, and so I read up a little bit once you sent that. That's going to be more of a thing is playing on that initial week for bigger teams.
Huh.
So you
So they
can
get
still
the extra bye week?
they're actually creating a 14-week college football schedule. So week 0 is turning a little bit more into week
You mean
1.
a 15 week? I think
Oh,
it would be
maybe-
14. Maybe it'd be 14.
I think
I
it's
get
14.
I lose track because the way I track it, and when we track the games, it's 15 now, but
Hmm.
it starts at 1.
Regardless,
which
it
is
sounds like
0.
more people are going to take advantage of
I like
double
that.
bye week.
I like that.
We
I'd like
needed
to
it last
stretch it
year.
a little bit,
We needed
and
it last year.
we did need it. Stretch it out, give us a bye week, couple bye weeks, and
I'd love
think that'd
I'd
be an
love a November bye week.
oh, that'd be great.
God, I'd love a November bye
Absolutely.
We had a
week.
November bye week last year,
Didn't feel like it.
since we went to follow.
That's right. What
Well,
before was that before the LSU game? What game was that before? Missouri. It was before the Missouri game. Good job, Noah.
After Alabama, before Missouri. What it was?
Mm-hmm. I think you're right.
So let's transition to some questions that I think will be a jumping off for some interesting. It's the start of the season, the start of the pre. I'm gonna kind of look at a picture of it. I got a question. What counts as success for OU football this upcoming season and over the next 5 years? We're a playoff team from last year. We are now in contender status, back in contender status, probably not as comfortable as we'd like to be. But what counts as success for this season? And in general terms, at least, and over the next 5 years, what do you guys expect?
Winning a playoff game is a successful season this year.
I like it.
In the next 5 years, you need to make the Final Four minimum.
Every year.
No, probably in a 5 year period, you probably need to make the Final Four twice
Okay.
to be a successful half decade.
Okay.
I'm not going to say championship or bust.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say bust, but I'm saying success is defined with championships. And over a 5 year span with this coaching staff who has had time to do what they want to do, I will be highly disappointed if we're not in a championship game, let alone winning.
I don't know that in the next 5 years that the playoffs going to look anything like it does now.
I know, but let's just
Based
let's
on
just
what-
take
yeah,
stock of
or
what it
even
is
in a-
right now.
what do you-
Even if the SEC is an NCAA regulated team.
Correct, and I agree.
Sure.
We have no
Based
idea.
on what we,
But based on what I know right now, if I'm not in a national championship, if we don't win a national championship in the next 5 years, I'm not saying it's been a failure, but I'm also saying it's not the success that I would expect from this team. I think based on what you're building on the defensive side of the ball, based on what your ceiling should be for offense, and it'll be a good gauge this year of what I think we probably could maintain. You need to be competing for championships.
Well, being in the Final Four is competing. But I think what you're talking about, we're building, I think there's 8 to 10 other teams that are doing the same thing.
And why
Or that are already there.
so why not be one of those teams?
We would be one of those teams, but it's just like March Madness. The best teams don't always win.
sure.
The best teams don't even make the Final Four a lot of years.
Agreed.
It's a circumstance of matchups, which we saw last year. I mean, I feel like we choked it off against Bama, but if we would have faced any number of probably 4 other of those teams, we probably finished the game out.
We set the lowest bar last year, in my opinion. Last year is the minimum of what we should sustain.
A 10-2 season.
A 10-2 season making the playoffs.
I agree with that.
I think that is the sustainable goal.
Hmm.
And
Man,
I think you build on that
I agree.
over a 5 year
totally agree.
period.
That is
Look at the
tough.
next 4 years with the schedules.
There's 12
No,
teams
there's
making the
12
playoffs.
Yeah, there's
dude.
12 teams. We should be.
There's 11 Power Four.
I'm not going to start discounting OU's pedigree and its brand because there's more teams and they're doing the things that they should be doing. No, you go win championships.
This two out of 3 years we have the second hardest schedule in the country.
Okay.
Are we top 10 in money to pay players? I don't think so.
Are we?
We're probably pretty close. I bet we're pretty close.
Oh. I'm just saying, I think you can maintain success on the defensive side of the ball based on who your head coach is. And I think you can fill in the pieces on offense.
I like a lot of that. I would agree with a lot, basically everything there. So I would maybe just be a little more specific on this next year. I would say it's some combination or alternative between winning the SEC, a playoff win, or better. So a combination of the two, advancement in the playoff. You could miss the SEC, you could lose or miss the SEC championship and still advance in the playoff. I mean, you could win a national championship
ideal
without being
at this
So
SEC.
you would say, I would say,
Those are all the measures of what it takes to be
I would say
successful
last
this
year
year.
was a successful season.
Yes,
10-2, hosted a playoff
Yes.
game but lost
yes,
Absolutely.
based on where we were before.
yes.
So you're saying this year,
It's better.
10-2,
Higher.
well, you're
New
saying
standard.
be in the SEC title game
Or,
and or win a playoff game.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I'm not
I'm not using
disagreeing.
caveat. If we
I'm
go
not
10-2
disagreeing.
and don't make the SEC title just like last year.
Sure.
That's
I
totally
agree.
reasonable.
If you're saying
No,
the
no,
goal
no, no,
for
I
this
agree.
year, it's win a playoff game.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
You
So
advance
for
to
the next 5
round.
years, I'm more with Connor, but I don't know if it's totally disagreeing with you. What we achieved this past year is the bare minimum. Well, being in the playoff, if you're not in the playoff every year in the next 5 years, you got to have some pretty good reasons you weren't in the playoff.
Well,
For those
schedule
to
is
be
a pretty good
successful.
reason.
It's not always going to be the hardest.
Not always, but I mean, like Jay said, 2 years in a row we've had
Yeah, we don't have to play that same
top
schedule.
three.
But then there's going to be another SEC team that makes the playoff and advances who has a harder schedule than us anyways. Like I can't
Texas
sit
Tech
here like,
schedule
oh,
last year.
at this point with where we're at with this team and what we were last year with that hard schedule difficulty is no longer an argument in my opinion. We're good.
Yeah,
Like, we're a good team.
That's a good point.
I know it's an argument or it's a factor. I don't necessarily think it's an argument. So
It should help you out as well. You should
Correct.
get credit for the fact that you played a difficult schedule, and I think we are.
Your team injury you get beat up more playing a tougher schedule.
and we got beat up more and we played a tougher schedule and we still made the playoff
Well,
as
then-
a 10-2 team.
Yeah, I mean, I give them a little bit of grace if they continue to just get the hardest draw in the world, either by luck or by the
Other teams come up.
manipulation of whatever's happening at the SEC level. I don't think that's going to continue.
I don't either.
If
I mean, the next
we-
4 years already laid out.
if we luck into or unluck into a really tough schedule every year where you're like, who knew that Kentucky was going to be good this year and we play them in Kentucky and it's the only year they're going to be good. Yeah, then we got to give some grace for that. But if otherwise it's just an SEC schedule and everyone else is playing one too. I think that
Go win your games.
you just go win your games. I think they should always be a playoff contender. They should advance in the playoff. So I would actually like to see probably more wins than losses in the playoff over the next 5 years. And I'm not going to demand a national championship, although that absolves a lot of other things that might happen. But I expect to play for a national title in the game, as well as feel like I'm a contender in other years.
Correct.
And I expect to win an SEC title.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we got
weird.
those some SEC titles.
Yeah, and that's what's strange is the more this expansion has happened, the less, and again, I know we've talked about this and maybe I've even argued the other side of this. But the more we talk through it in terms of playoff expansion and who gets in, the less I feel compelled to say, like I will not, and no one here would. I would never sacrifice a playoff win for an SEC title. I don't think. Maybe you guys would. I wouldn't.
No.
I would on the hypothetical that
Yeah.
you win the playoff game or you win the SEC
And then you
title,
have an unknown after that playoff win.
and then you lose the playoff game, or you win a playoff game and lose the next one. I would rather be able to put
SEC
48
champion.
conference championships up
Yeah.
on the thing,
Yeah, that's a
finish
tough.
in 8th in the playoff.
It's hard for
As
me. It's
opposed
hard
to-
for me to get on that though, especially
tough.
after last year.
Either way.
And we don't make the SEC title. Yeah, we draw Bama. Okay, but it's at the same time, it's like, man, we did get a week off. Like it is one less week of
which
the
gives
committee.
you less
The
excuse
committee
for
to
not
be
winning.
doing stupid. Yeah, the committee of doing stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're a fringe team like Bama was, and they lost.
So if last year we won an SEC championship, we were still outside the top 4, let's say, and we hosted a team and we beat said team, but then lost in the next round. Would you consider that a less successful than last year?
No, because we would have won the playoff game and made the SEC championship.
Okay, maybe I'm doing this wrong.
I get what you're saying.
If we won the SEC title last year and then lost the playoff game first thing, but last year instead we beat Bama and we lose the next game, would you consider beating Bama in the playoffs and not winning the SEC title, or winning the SEC title
but losing.
but losing.
I like having a chance at the freaking national championship, man. Like I really
I'm
do.
saying it's already been decided.
No, yeah, I
You
know.
win the
but-
SEC and lose in the first round, or
Which
you
is
don't
better.
win the SEC and you win the first round but then lose the next
Yeah.
round. I would say winning the SEC title is more impressive than winning that first playoff game and then losing the next game.
That's hard.
Because then you get a
But it depends who
trophy,
it's
everybody gets a
against.
ring.
Yeah.
You get to put the championship up on the thing.
I
You go the
know.
whole
I
next
guess it's,
season
I mean,
saying
and again, I'm not trying to,
champion.
I'm not trying to caveat
I
it.
know.
It depends who it's
But
against.
then you
Like,
beat Boise.
yeah, if I beat Boise and I have an SEC championship to hang up,
No, you were lost the first game.
you're lost.
This year,
Yeah.
you don't make the SEC title and then you beat Boise. That's not as successful as winning the SEC title
Mhm.
last year.
That's
I agree with that.
probably true.
I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
I agree with
That
that.
didn't feel as good.
It doesn't.
No.
No. That feels
Because no,
like you,
no one remembers
you
those
did
teams
what
who
you were
lost in the second
supposed to
round.
do. Right. Yeah. Go. Well, yeah, exactly. Go list over the last 2 years, everyone who lost in the 2nd
Mhm.
round. Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Bama lost in the second round last year.
Yeah. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
There, you got
Yeah.
Do
one.
you think they would have traded an SEC title for beating us?
Yeah.
I would,
Yeah.
if I was Bama.
I probably would.
I would have rather won the title and lost to us than beat
bet
us
they're-
and lose the next
I bet the
game.
coach would too.
Yeah.
I bet he'd be
Well,
in better
They
shape.
probably get more money for winning the SEC title than winning the first round of the playoff.
What do you think, Jay? 5 years.
I don't know.
That's
Well, they got into the
That's
second
what
round of
I
it.
do.
They got.
Hmm.
I don't know. They get in the second round. They get some decent money. Although the SEC divides it differently, so it's not.
I meant the coach, the general.
Oh,
Talking
the
about
coach, the coach.
Like,
Yeah,
I bet,
no,
I bet you get
you're probably
Yeah.
right.
there's incentive.
500 grand for winning an SEC title and maybe
Yeah.
like 250
If
for winning.
money even
the
matters
first
to him at
playoff.
his level. Yeah,
I was pretty
did
close.
what's the name? Lane Kiffin.
yeah.
I was pretty
He's sitting
close
at home making money.
with Lucas's idea. I mean, I think over the next 5 years,
You're a homer now.
you've got to make 2 or 3 playoffs.
Oh man, just
Oh,
two.
just two? You've got to make 3
You
or
got
4.
it. Yeah.
If not
You're
4.
talking about
If-
11 Power 5
Yeah,
teams
yeah.
out of 100. Well, no, how many Power 5?
You have
Why are we discounting what OU's brand is at this
because
point, though?
other
I don't
because
get it.
other
Because who-
brands have
the-
as
who-
much money,
Who?
and that doesn't matter
But
anymore.
the list of that runs out pretty fast.
No,
Like it's not Michigan. It's not.
Yeah,
It's,
Michigan
it's-
has more money
than
than
us.
No, Michigan might have more money. They don't have the organization we have. They're not anywhere close to us. They're
Well,
going to have to
Kyle
figure
Winkler's
out how
a
to
damn
do it.
good coach.
And it's not just money. It's
They're
not
blue
just
blood.
about money. Well, let's see. Let's find out because they all that they did was cheat and get a championship, and that's the only thing they've done in 30 years,
100%.
aside from losing.
I think 2 or
I mean,
3
Texas
is
has a
real.
pretty good program.
Texas is.
Alabama has a
Texas-
pretty good program.
Yes,
Yeah,
they do.
and look,
Yes,
they're
they do.
maintaining success in the playoffs.
That's right.
They're making it every other year.
But it's not Ole Miss.
But
It's
they're
not
not.
LSU. It's not USC.
Alabama's-
Texas isn't
it's
in it
not-
every year.
Alabama's missed like 2 playoffs ever. Like legitimately. Texas is on a trend to never miss the playoff again. Truly.
We should be right there with them.
You have to be.
We would be if we made it like 3 times in 5 years.
And
I
if we
think it's
had
got to be
twice
better
the
than
money,
that.
I
It's
think
got to be better than that.
I gotta say 4 to 5.
4 to 5. I'm 4 to 5. I'm
In
holding
5
to a
years.
higher standard.
3 teams that have
Higher
made it
standard.
4 out of 5 years. And
But
all-
And we're
I
one of
still
those
think,
few
and I still think the
programs ever.
dilution of the ACC and the Big 12 is going to be a thing.
And it's going to.
That's going to be a heavy
and
dilution.
it's already concentrated into all these lesser programs, which makes every single game even harder.
I don't know. I worry that we're.
There were
The
6
same-
teams in the SEC that you could name that were gimme games 5 years ago.
Yeah, no, the
They're not
SEC
anymore.
is more competitive today than it was a decade or 2 decades ago. I agree. That's obvious. But I also think that we overestimate a lot of these other teams. Ole Miss is just not that good of a program. They're not going to be that good.
They won't win a national
Their
championship.
relevancy is done.
They won't win a national championship.
They're not going to win an SEC. They're not going to compete for the SEC. They're done.
And for the record, people are saying this about OU. But OU has pedigree. Yeah, given we haven't
That
won a
these other
national
guys don't.
championship in 25 years.
Well, so does USC, but you're not included in that category.
Yeah, I don't think they do have the same
I
pedigree.
don't either.
I don't think they've got the same program. I don't think they're in the same position. They don't have the same support. They don't have the same organization. I think that
You look
LSU
at,
is in
you
the
look
same.
at sustained
bucket.
success. They're
They
definitely
can't
not.
spell. They can't. They don't speak the language. You look at
That's not to say a team like that might not come out of the woodworks and win one of these national championships in the next 5 years.
Like
Sure.
Indiana.
They
like in
could,
Indiana,
like Indiana,
and they're
exactly.
also probably toast. And
100%.
we'll be getting into that when we make some predictions. Their flash in the pan is flashing out. There are a
They
lot
got-
more Arkansas
They got
out there in the
Mark Cuban
world
money now.
than there are teams like
Signetti,
Oklahoma.
what Signetti thinks he is. He's pretty good.
So I think he's good, but I think that they're limited, and you're going to see the limitations of money and a good coach when it runs up against the fact that they just institutionally don't have probably what it takes to sustain.
There's no staying power.
no staying power.
What do you think? There's what? 6 SEC schools that should remain in the same topic that we're talking about right now.
OU, Texas, Alabama, Georgia,
LSU, maybe.
LSU, maybe Florida, maybe
A&M.
I don't
and
think so.
big maybe. I mean, A&M's a perennial school that's going to be the national champion next year and always will be.
What people say that about us?
I mean, other than
We
the
have the
fact that our
championships to
winning,
prove it.
yeah, and our winning proves it. I mean, our record proves it.
I don't know. It's interesting. It's crazy.
Oregon, Ohio State.
I mean,
Michigan.
LSU's won 3 national titles since we
State.
won our last one.
Penn State, no. I don't put
3.
Penn State in that category
Yeah.
ever.
3 with asterisks. 1 was a 2-loss title. A lot of luck involved. A lot of silly.
19 was no.
No. It wasn't an asterisk. Other than the asterisk of a bunch of just bumpkins didn't know what they're doing, and all of a sudden they stumble into something great and immediately screw it up and can't sustain it. There's no sustainability coming out of 2019. And how do you do that if you're a major program, an elite program?
If Kiffin goes and loses 5 games this year, it's going to be a blast.
It's going to be awesome.
We will have so much fun
Yeah,
watching
I'm
what's happening.
selling
in Baton
on
Rouge.
the Kiffin. I think that LSU is not going to be nearly as good as people think. Probably LSU thinks they're going to be, among others. But we'll get into that. It's going to be pretty good. I got another question for you. One more question, and we're going to some the breakfast bet. I'm feeling pretty good about this year. I think 3 at least of us are feeling pretty good. How far back do you think we have to go to find an OU team as well positioned today in this type of 3 weeks out from the season, as well positioned for success in the preseason as this team is? Do you have to go back 17? Do you have to go back to 2009, 2004, 2003? What is the relevant year that you go back to that, or am I wrong?
I think one comes to mind, and it was just me specifically riding a high. I don't know what I thought about defense back then. I was not nearly as plugged in as what I am over the last half decade. 2014 felt like it could have been a great year. With what Trevor Knight did in the Sugar Bowl, with what we thought he was going to be as a quarterback.
I think we're better positioned than that, though.
Oh, I think so too. I don't remember in terms of a better position,
Yeah.
2009.
Yeah, 9 had so much promise.
2009
ended
without Bradford
abruptly.
getting hurt,
Right.
like
And a complete team.
Gresham.
2009 year,
17
Who
and
else-
18
who else
weren't.
was it? Gresham.
17 defense wasn't
Well,
bad.
Gresham, the
He's
offense,
unfinished.
the center,
Was
and
it Brody Eldridge playing center?
no,
he's a
and-
Gabe.
No, but I thought Brody
was it
Eldridge
Gabe?
moved it.
and then Bradford obviously gets hurt. That was a complete team. 17 and 18 weren't complete teams.
I don't think the 17th defense is as bad as you think it is.
It's not
No,
as
but
bad as we
it's-
think,
but it's
but
not
in
as
terms
good as-
of what we know
Well,
is
we haven't had
This
defense
defense-
since like
This defense might be as good as that offense was.
Right.
So now you have to wonder, is this offense going to be as good as that defense is?
Better. I think better.
I think better.
I don't
I
think
think
the defense is
17
bad as you think it is.
pretty
That
close.
defense was pretty suspect.
It was sus, but
That was the beginning of the end.
There was.
I mean, we had
It was
a few
detriment.
good
We
players.
won the national
We
championship.
had Stephen
Yeah.
Parker. We had
Jordan.
We had
Davis.
no depth.
no
We had
Kenneth Murray
didn't
was
have-
starting at linebacker.
a freshman.
we didn't have coherence. We didn't have
Kenneth Murray actually, in a way, lost us that football.
yeah,
Yes, he
unfortunately,
did.
That's true.
And he
Yeah,
watched it
position
over and
of-
over, apparently. I don't know. I think 09 is the
I
obvious
think
answer for
09 is
me.
the answer.
Yeah.
I think 09 is the answer, which is, I mean, that feels really good.
It feels like
Maybe
a
we're
long
wrong,
time
but
ago.
It does depend on the offense. It doesn't depend on the defense. We'll be shocked if the defense isn't at
Yeah,
least good
defensively,
enough.
Lucas is right. It's early 2000s style defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is
Even 08. 08 was a 08 was a
08
really
was
good
so
defense.
good.
great defense.
08 was so good.
Great defense. God, I mean, you look and they win us the Big 12 title that year.
I don't know. Think back
I mean-
to
I mean,
2011.
60 plus 5 games.
I mean, holding Tim
Or
Tebow,
was it just the defense?
even though we lost the game, we shut down a very
But think
good
how good
Florida
2011
Without-
was too.
Without two of our best players, right? Murray's out, and who's the other
Well,
guy?
eventually,
Murray and
Yeah.
Malcolm, and then
Yeah,
and,
Malcolm
then
Kelly.
and then Manny Johnson goes out.
Yeah, Manny Johnson goes out with a bad hit.
But 2011, we start as consensus number one
Right.
when Landry had kind of come into what we thought Landry would be.
Yeah.
And then you have Travis Lewis, all those dudes on defense. That's the year we go to Florida State. Kenny
Yeah.
Stills is there.
This defense is better than that defense, and this offense
Could be as good.
could be as good. And we're worried that the shortcoming will be quarterback, which is what the shortcoming was then too.
I won't let you besmirch Landry Jones like that.
Landry Jones is an average great.
Well, we
OU
didn't have a
quarterback.
run game.
We didn't have a run game,
Landry didn't have a great run game.
and Landry's not a guy you can depend on. He's just not a guy that's going to win you the game. He was
He won't dig deep.
he
He couldn't dig
he
deep.
couldn't.
Like-
He just couldn't do it.
He's too slow.
And he was making the critical bad
Really
decision.
bad decision.
Talking about the all-time passing leader, though.
That
Great offensive
doesn't mean
line.
much. Look back at the top passing quarterbacks in NCAA history, and you're not going to find very many that you're going to
What
say
they
are the
doing
elite
now?
quarterbacks. Yeah, yards aren't everything.
I don't know. It's a good feeling to be able to have that conversation. I'm wondering what this conversation
Oh, it-
was like this time last year. I think it was a lot of unknown in terms of we don't know what we're getting with
Oh.
Arbuckle. We don't want we think we know what we want to get of Mateer. I think now you know what you need from both of
Well,
them.
let's contrast that because I kind of remember what it was. It had two things to it that proved to be wrong. One was Jaden Ott and a running game, and it's not just Jaden Ott, but we thought the running game was going to be there because of Jaden Ott and because we thought it was going to be there, and both things were complete failure, right? DeMarco Murray was a failure, and Jaden Ott was a huge failure.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is quarterback, and we thought that Mateer was going to be better than he was.
We thought receivers would be better too.
And we did think the receivers were going to be
we
better.
had
Yeah,
no one out
They-
there.
very
underperformed.
disappointed.
We had
in
no one
receivers.
out there, man.
Yeah, very
listening to
disappointed.
too
Even
much-
before injury.
Too much fall camp hype.
Yeah.
On receivers.
Yep. And there's back to my worry and the discounting.
I don't think last year was fall camp hype. It's just Burks just
He was
never
Burks.
did
He
he.
was never Burks.
He just never did he.
There was a lot of hype that never materialized.
Yeah, but we
though.
also had, who's the other?
Oh my God, there's
Devontae
Gibson.
was
Yeah,
like the next coming.
yeah.
Well,
he
Daniel was
but
like
he
an
was-
afterthought.
But he was injured and just never.
But they thought he was going to come in.
Got
When he comes
back.
in, he's going to be amazing. He
Yeah.
was never. it
Where
was
did he go?
nothing.
Where did he go?
Mississippi State.
Jaden? I don't know.
I'm not
Devontae
sure.
Gibson,
So
stat boy.
with Mateer, my hope, my optimism is that you're looking at a guy that's truly coming into his sophomore year, and I say that because he's just now Cincinnati. He's just now playing the first year of SEC football last year, and now it's his second year, his sophomore year in SEC football. My hope is that he's learned a lot. I mean, the hype is high. Bradford helped him. He's talking about footwork. They're talking about the decision making. They're talking about the arm strength and just the strength.
Kevin Wilson's raise.
Kevin Wilson's raise. It worries me that he's benching, what was it, 503 pounds or whatever the stupid bench, or not bench, squat.
Yeah, he's
Like-
huge.
I don't know if I want, so if you're playing a video game and you can choose your character's attributes and you dial one and you use all of your points on the one attribute, it worries me because that doesn't usually work out well.
Translate.
Why are we giving him all the squat power attribute?
Maybe
Is that
Jalen
too
Hurts,
strong?
man.
I mean, maybe so, but I'm going to worry about that if
Same.
we just.
I mean,
if we
it's not
just
like we
decide
had
that here he goes and
complaints about
runs.
That's kind of like what Lucas was referring to earlier. That's why I'm a little bit more encouraged by this wide receiver core. Like Livingston, for example, it's not like we went and pulled someone from the ACC. Like this is a dude who was second in receiving on Texas in the SEC. Like he's been exposed to this type of game.
He was-
Satan-
he was
Satan-
also
and-
Arch's
and
favorite target because they were
and-
roommates.
But Satania may
But
have
it was
had a role in
Arch,
that
wasn't
too.
it?
Like Satania was like
Suspect
a
quarterback.
he wasn't a huge guy at Arkansas.
No, he had
But
he had more catches and
played.
touchdowns last season than his career at Arkansas.
Well, yeah, and like that, and that's the thing is that's
He was our
SEC
only option.
that's SEC pedigree. I don't disagree with that either. But you start spreading the wealth a little bit, and you have someone on both sides of the ball, on both sides of Mateer. It's like, all right, this is a little bit more
Yeah, it's a little more
applicable.
Yeah.
Like,
They can't
you can
can't
go do
just
something a
hone
little
in
yeah.
and hope.
And it's going to be up to Mateer at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Mateer's got to be better.
I mean, we had like Jermichael. But he was from a small school. Gibson was from a small school. Like last year, we were trying to just bring in guys that we could find that were maybe
You were fitting
too
a,
good of athletes that were playing in a lower
you were fitting a
division,
build.
hoping to get in
Yeah.
here. To your point is, at least these other guys, all the tight ends, all the receivers we brought
I
in,
played good football.
have all played big football.
Yeah.
And a lot of football.
Well, we thought Burks, like you said, Burks pre-injury the year before was incredible. And then he got hurt. And then last year he really didn't do anything.
Was he incredible though? Like that's my thing. Was he incredible,
Yeah,
or was he
during Texas?
was he the best player that we had at that position? I don't know if he was incredible. There's nothing that ever stuck out to me 2 years
Burks
ago
will
where I
pull
was like,
athleticism. Weirdly, the few times this happens where it doesn't pan out.
yeah,
Because I mean, his
Yeah,
his
physique.
40 time, his physique, his
Yeah.
everything. I don't know how it didn't pan out on the field, but
it just
He,
didn't.
he had a knack for getting himself into tough situations, like in the Missouri game when he gets knocked out. I don't know if he just makes bad decisions or what it is, but
I mean, this is a put up or shut
I
up
don't know.
year for a wide receiver coach.
absolutely.
oh yeah, 100%.
Emmett Jones has to
Yep.
show us that he's got what it takes.
and
I think he starts on the hot seat.
no,
Oh,
you need
definitely.
it's not just what the players we brought in do.
Develop.
Elijah Thomas, Manny
Choice.
Choice, at minimum, those two guys
Yeah,
have to show that they can get on the football field and be explosive.
right.
I mean, you're the Oklahoma State player or the Oklahoma Player of the Year in the state 2 years ago. Everyone talks about how you literally put up NFL combine equivalent numbers your freshman year of testing. Like, get on the field then. Like,
Right.
it doesn't
How can
make
you
any
not?
sense.
No,
Well, and you
if
don't
you're
want
not
to get it. You
coached-
don't want to get it.
let's wrap it up with a breakfast bet. So here, get your pages out.
These are all arbitrary.
Get your
I
picture.
usually do
These are
breakfast, but
not-
that's just off out of my mind.
That's
I
arbitrary.
like the fact that.
What page should I turn
All right,
to?
last page. If you'll turn to the last page in your
Or
booklet,
pamphlet?
This is a
So-
full pamphlet.
we're going to pick. You're going to be using it. Bring it and fill it out for your next podcast. But for now, we're going to pick better or worse for where OU will finish the regular season ranked in each of these 5 categories. The overall winner is going to get breakfast from the other 3. Is anyone owed breakfast at this point right now?
I don't think so.
You are owed
Ray still
breakfast
owes me breakfast.
because you said they wouldn't. The
Be in the
offense
top
wouldn't
40.
be in the top 40 in just yards per
Multiple
game or
metrics.
something. I
And we
think it was
didn't-
just
we
one.
didn't
It was
get there.
yards per game. Didn't matter.
Didn't
And they
matter.
weren't there in
Didn't
any
matter.
of
None
them.
of the metrics.
I
So
agree.
we're
It didn't
going.
matter.
We're going to do that at some point. But here's for the upcoming season. So the first category. You guys tell me where you are on this. Offensive yards per game. Will they be better or 40 than ranked number 40? So we're starting right off with that category. That is an outstanding bet that's owed. In 2025, we were 88th at 354 per game. Number 40 was 409, 410 if you round. So do you think we'll be over or under on offensive yards per game ranked 40th? Better or worse, I should say. I think we're going to be better. I think we're going to be better than 40th in yards per game.
God, it's hard.
It is. It's right. That's a good placement of them.
I'll say better as well. 60 more yards a game. Yeah.
Do it, Lucas. Do it. You know you're a
Worse.
believer. Ah.
44.
I was gonna say something. I was gonna say worse, but it's right there. I mean, I think that number's.
So you're going worse?
Oh yeah, I'm going like 41st.
All right.
It's close.
Offensive efficiency ranked 25th. In 2025, we were 59.
Worse.
How is this number gauged?
So it's the ESPN's metric that takes into account a lot of
Yards,
stuff.
points.
Yards, points, opponent,
ESPN so it's biased against us already.
25.
difficulty,
I'll say
the
worse.
schedule.
I'll say worse than 25.
I'll say better.
I'll say worse, but it's right at it.
Opponent scoring per game, number 10. In 2025, we were number 7 with 14 points per game. Number 10 was 17.6. We play in the SEC.
It's awful high. Right?
17.6. I think we can do better than 17.6. Well, but
I'll
we
go-
might be.
I'll go better.
We might be
Yeah.
scoring more.
We might be scoring more.
exactly, and keeping them from. It could go either way. They could score more because we score more,
Right. Better.
and the margin is the same. Lucas is better.
I'm pretty high on the defense. I'm gonna go better.
I'm gonna go better too.
I'd like it better if it was 15 than 10.
I'm gonna go worse. Not because we're losing more, but
All right, defensive efficiency. Number 8. Will we be better or worse than number 8? We were number 5 in the nation by ESPN in efficiency last year. Not a lot of difference separates 5 from 8.
I'm better.
What goes into efficiency?
Better than 8.
Stops,
a lot of
turnovers,
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yardage.
Opponent
Yardage,
game.
points per game.
I'm gonna go worse because I think we will score more, which will give us some more bend don't break type of defense as opposed to stuff them or get the ball type of defense.
I was thinking in the bend don't break too, but I don't think we're a bend don't break. I think we're just a don't break. Jay, you said better?
Yeah, I'm all in on D. I think we're just gonna kill it.
Connor?
That's what we know about Joe. He's always all in on the D.
These are good lines.
He's got that
I
big
try and go as far as I can.
he's big D all in.
I'll go worse.
All right, final category. Special teams efficiency, where we were ranked 10th last year. Will we be better or worse than 15? So this is punting, this is obviously field goal kicking, this is extra points.
What about in ball out and kicks?
I
Is
don't think
on
that
there?
I don't think that's included. I don't think kickoff
Just
returns is
kicking the game.
included.
I'm gonna go
Could
better.
be.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I bet punt
I don't
return. I
know.
bet punt return yards.
I bet punt return and kick return, but kick return, if you fair catch every time, that's probably helping you.
Yeah.
I'm
to
gonna go
get
better.
25.
I think our punting will be better, and I think we just have even more athletes to put on coverage team.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. I'm gonna go better too. I'm better across the board.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
We were
better as
incredible
well.
stopping the team on kickoffs last year.
We were very good.
I mean,
I just
there's
think
bunch
we're
we
gonna
look up
pump
and they're
it.
on the 15.
I don't know that we're gonna kick better because
You're better,
such a
Connor?
magical year, but
Connor,
No, better. Yeah.
better.
Yep.
What do you, Lucas?
I'll go better.
All right, better across the board on that one.
Especially
All right.
Coach earned his money last year.
So Jay and I are the only ones. You got 3 betters. I've got 5 betters. You 2 are 2 betters and 3 worse. All
To
right.
get it straight, there was 5 categories and you have 5 betters.
Yes.
That's to make sure we're all
Yes.
in line on this.
That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to live up to your
That's what the home.
the truth. It's just the reality. You don't understand. So as I was telling some people today, John Mateer is going to win the Heisman, and he's going to get awarded it in the post game of the Texas victory.
Yes,
They're going to hand it to him right there. No. They're going to hand it to him in October. They're just going to give it to him. They're going to come and arrive, and they're going to.
They tried to give it to him after the 4th game last year. We
It's-
see what happened.
I tried to make them.
Yeah.
Got a spider in your shirt.
Is that a spider? Or
Just a
that's
bug.
not a
Oh,
spider.
just a bug.
Just a bug. All right. Well, we're going to be back soon with a lot of predictions. We're going to dive into OU's record. We're going to talk about over-unders for other relevant, important teams. We're going to predict the playoff. We're going to do all that stuff and more. Hopefully, we're going to have some other guests that are going to join us. If you haven't listened to the other pod with Elizabeth Daparella, you need to listen to that and hear about what it takes to satisfy the big donors and
Oh,
the
it's the same
pushback
story.
that we gave the fact that we're not big donors apparently. But until then, Boomer.
Sooner.